What's up, wonderful people? My name is Brendan Iambadejo. I'm a husband and father of 3 amazing children. Some of you guys might know me, though, from my days in the NFL, where I was fortunate enough to play for 10 seasons, 3 Pro Bowls, and 2 Super Bowls. But before all that happened, I was an aspiring student athlete at UCLA, and that's where I met Andrew. And just like many athletes, student athletes, we aspire and we dream to make it to the big league, to make it to the big show. Well, fortunately for me, I did that. Of course, a lot of my college friends, we went our own separate ways, and then we hope to recanter a relationship or hear about something amazing going on in their lives in the future. Well, for Andrew, he's had a very, very tumultuous last several years. Him and his wife, Sarah, have shown tons of strength and resilience, and they have an unimaginable story that they've been through over the last several years that we're going to hear all about it. And that leads us to this series, Family Meeting, presented by the Care Can't Wait Coalition, where we hear stories about families in America, just like Andrew and Sarah, who are doing everything they can to take care of each other. We hear about their challenges, their dreams, and their hopes for a future and what they need to be supported so they can thrive. In our first episode, we'll hear about the Clark family down in San Diego, California. Not only will we hear about their story, we'll hear about their lives and get a first bird's eye view on what they're going through.
This is my husband, Andrew. He's an amazing guy. He's been through so much. Unfortunately, he suffered from endocarditis, which is a heart valve condition, and took him through a stroke. It took him through sepsis and amputations.
Dying a couple times.
Yeah, having to be resuscitated a few times, several ambulances at our house, and he's just powered through all of it.
This is my wife, Sarah. She's always been, very important, but I mean, she has to do things like take care of me and dress me. I mean, she does everything. She's a great woman and a really good mom.
Andrew, when I first met him, he was trying to ignore me, but I could see him making little side glances.
We saw her across the bar, and the bartender actually said, hey, you guys want to move closer to them? And yeah, it worked out. I
fell in love pretty hard, pretty quick. We had 2 children, so it's been amazing. What trait of mine do you want the girls to have?
You get something in your mind and it happens. I don't see a lot of people in the world doing that. What trait of mind do you want the kids to have?
Resilience. Definitely a resilience.
So when you're sad, how do I make you happy?
Just knowing that you're there really helps me.
I mean, you've had to go through so much with me and the girls. When I came home, I was worried that you wouldn't be able to or want to do all the things I needed. I mean, you just stepped up and did it.
When you first came home, how did you feel?
I was ecstatic. I mean, I saw you, and then the girls popped out. It was amazing. I had been waiting for that for so long.
What superhero you want Daddy to be?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? You want Daddy to be Spider-Man?
If I were an animal, what animal would I be and why?
Definitely a cat. Definitely with 9 lives.
Andrew and Sarah, how you guys doing? Thank you for joining us today. It's been several years where you've had different medical conditions going on over time. Now, how has life changed with, managing, taking care of the family, working on your guys' marriage and taking care of Drew all at the same time?
It's tough. But Sarah makes a really strong effort to do everything. I mean, she has to take care of the kids, which now I'm a 3rd kid. So she's working all day, all night, and then also actually working. And we have a company together, but she has to do everything. I mean, I don't even do the books right now. So I was a very involved dad as well. I used to change all the kids' diapers when they were in bed and had to wake up at 2 a.m. for some kind of food. I would warm up the milk. I would do everything so Sarah could sleep. And the kids had a full-time dad. I'd work from home most of the time, and Sarah worked from home. So they both had two parents all day, every day. And then it went to nothing, where I wasn't home for basically 2 years straight. And in the 5-year period from 2015, I guess 6-year period, from 2015 to now, it has changed a lot. I mean, and during that time, total, I think I've been in the hospital 3 years out of the 5. I was just looking at pictures a few days ago. So I can't carry my kids. I can't change them, pick them up. I can't walk, so I can't go upstairs. Life has changed.
Well, I'm happy to see that you're back home and you're back around your loved ones. I know we had talked during COVID and you were talking about, FaceTiming and not being able to see the family. In DC, they're talking about a lot of different policies and things they can do for healthcare and supporting families that need support. What types of things help you guys? What kind of policies do you want to change? Or Sarah, what's going to help you support Drew and support your family that policymakers could make a difference in Washington?
I think, just making help more available as far as kind of physical help. People to come and we, for example, this morning we were running a little late because he does have someone come to help take a shower.
But she was late.
Yeah.
So it throws, that little thing throws everything back.
Yeah.
And that's just for showers. And then, have to have a physical therapist, all those types of things. And it's not readily available. I mean, it is to a point, but I need a lot of help.
And the thing is that you have to get there, we had to do a lot of work. I mean, Andrew did a lot of it to get his schedule set, to get all these people involved. And he's lucky he had a few good people that, really helped him with that. So I think, it's not so easy. We had to really work hard, and I don't think it should be that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, I understand there's a lot of different people involved, but if it were that hard for us and I was helping and he's, of sound mind, I just can imagine for people that are struggling with other kind of disabilities and they don't have any family members helping.
Wow.
It would be impossible to navigate the system because they don't make it easy. They make you work for it, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I know you guys have racked up over $2 million in medical bills and expenses. Is there been any type of government relief? And could you if you had to talk to a politician, what would you say in terms of getting help? I know the public is trying to help you guys through the GoFundMe, but has there been any type of government assistance? How can we change that if that's the support that you guys need?
I do not know exactly how to go about it, but like Sarah was saying, there needs to be an ease to getting this rolling. There needs to be more help to guide people through it. Because like Sarah was saying, we're both of sound mind. Well, I'm a little bit slow, but we're both of sound mind. And we had to work our asses off, we had to work our butts off to get this started and actually get things to happen. And then there's always setbacks, and it's just very, very hard.
All right, so we've talked a little bit about, government and legislation. There needs to be some type of an emergency for individual families, not just these big emergency funds, where you see state of emergencies, but you're saying we need something that's more accessible where we can get the help, the assistance, the financial, the human resources. So it seems like maybe there needs to be something for individuals, a policy set for individuals. Now let's kind of talk about families, because you guys have been through, literally Andrew, you've died and you've come back to life. So you guys have been to hell and back, and you guys are here and you're home now, and you get to see your babies and be around your wife, it makes me smile, makes me warm inside, because I knew during COVID, you were in the hospital. Those things weren't going on. So Andrew and Sarah, you guys have been through so much over the last several years. What is it about your story that you want to get out there? What's the message that you want to deliver and you want people to hear?
From my side, I want people to find out or figure out that bad things do happen to good people. You know, I used to think when people would say they had medical bills and now they're out on the street, I would always think, oh, that person must have messed up somewhere. You know, there's something else to it. But no, now I figured out that you can lose your house, you can lose everything, and you can be out on the street. And we're very, very fortunate not to be. But it happens, and we need support for it. We need to make it an easier place for people to live. And like you were saying before about the village, it takes a village. And the bigger the village is, I think the more people we reach, the easier it'll be for others in the future.
The more people that we can help with our story, as far as even you know, I'd be more than willing to talk to people, for people to reach out to me. You know, because as we and maybe to create more groups. I know we haven't quite dove into that, but I think we should, because it's really important to feel community. That would be my message. Is it really important to reach out to people outside of your comfort zone, maybe your outside your family, outside of your friends, outside of your culture, outside of your everything, you know, just outside, because, you know, I mean, that's where we really are the same, really. I mean, the tragedy that I'm experiencing, other people have experienced it from all different parts of the world at all different levels. And that's, you know, that's where we can really connect and really see each other as the same.
I think that we could have a better system in place where people are taught or walk through the steps of what you should do. You know, maybe, like I said, make a plan. This is what I need to do. I need to have life insurance. And then, you know, even more money. It sucks, but it's all about money, because you need money to do everything. So I don't know how to put the steps in place where someone would be able to say, hey, this happened to me. I need to get some help. How do I do it? Where do I go? Who do I speak to? And I think there needs to be something more in place for that. You have to keep a good mindset and keep going, because, I mean, honestly, for a while, I thought every time something medically happened to me that I'd be done. Like, that was it. That was the last part. And then, you know, my tooth went, then it went to my back, then it went to my heart. You know, there's just so many things that can happen. And for each one, it felt like I was knocked back to the beginning.
When Andrew was going through most of it, I didn't really have a community. I mean, I had, you know, my family and some close friends, but even at that point, it gets hard because everybody's busy. Everybody, you know, has different things going on. And then on top of it, obviously COVID, but I really isolated myself in my trauma, and it was really hard because then at that point I didn't know how to even reach out to people, because I was so, you know, it was just up to here. And so now with all the support we've had between you know, just good friends, you guys, people that we've met after all this, you know, other people that have had similar experiences, and then just the community, the different efforts we've made to help get some funding, that has made everything kind of much easier to go through, and make me much stronger, which that's, you know, I would say that's a huge part now. Is if I'm not strong, I feel like then he's not going to be strong.
Obviously, you guys never quit. You never gave up. I think you guys could write a book, an excellent game plan on how to help families prepare for the worst. With that being said, last question. from here, what keeps you going and what gives you hope, both of you guys?
We hope that our story can help other people. We hope that our story will help, create better policies in Washington, and that they lean towards people who have been through these things to definitely, have input into the policies. I think that's important. A lot of the times these policies are made and, the people have no experience, and that's great. It means they haven't had any tragedy or trauma, but it's harder for them to understand what really needs to happen. And then obviously it also has to do with, you've got to have people with different income levels coming in and saying things, because people don't understand how hard it is on people that are, even nowadays middle class. I mean, it's difficult because we when you're right in the middle, you don't really qualify for so much assistance, but you are not prepared for what's coming at you in terms of expenses. You're not.
All right, well, Andrew and Sarah, thank you guys for sharing your story. Thank you for your courage. And I know that, people are going to hear the story and they're going to be compelled to help, but they're also going to get some knowledge and some information on how to prepare their futures as well. So for any tragedies that may happen. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much for everything. And Brendan, it was nice seeing you and talking to you again.
Absolutely. Always good to see you, my man.
Thank you very much for taking the time.
Yeah.
And really to all the people who have helped us in GoFundMe and everything. It's really humbling to have that much, it really helps us be where we are. Right now, we wouldn't be here this strong if it weren't for all the help we had. It wouldn't be possible with two little ones under 2 4-year-old and 3-year-olds, and everything we have on our plates. Without the support, we wouldn't be feeling as positive and as hopeful as we are. So we really appreciate it.